welcome to Miss Cindy's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make tacos from a dinner kit. We were at Grocery Outlet, one of my favorite stores, and it's always a good source of inspiration because when you make as much food, again the cabinets are open, that's my signature, when you make as many meals as I do, you kind of run short of inspiration. So sometimes I'll just look around at the store and see what catches my eye. The first thing that I saw was a great price on ground chicken.
Ooh.
For $1.97 because it was close to the pull date.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found the taco kit for 99 cents. So we have $1.97, 99 cents. We haven't even hit the $3 mark yet. And then to go with it, I'm going to dice up some tomatoes.
And how much do we get for those?
I think, well, they were $1.29 a pound, and there's about 3 per pound. So, and then we already have lettuce on hand. We already have diced onion in the fridge from another meal for our toppings. And then the shredded cheese was about 2 1/4 for an 8-ounce bag. So this is an inexpensive taco dinner. And then we're going to have it with some watermelon and some rice for side dishes. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Let me show you what's in the kit. These are actually a really good deal because you've got 12 hard shells for the tacos. And you've got sauce for the tacos. And you've got seasoning for the meat.
Ooh.
So let's go ahead and get this going. I have a nice sharp paring knife. I'm going to go ahead and slit open the package. So this says sell by September 22nd, and we're recording this on the 23rd. And basically, a use by date is for the manufacturer. As long as the meat is kept at temperature and the packaging is tight and it looks and smells good, you're fine. And most of the time, when you get meat past the date, the stores have frozen it, or if it's from a food giveaway, they'll freeze it and then it stays good longer. So don't hold too tightly to food dates, because a lot of food waste happens because people say, oh, it's a day past the date, I'm not going to eat it. It's perfectly fine. Don't sweat the small stuff. You just need to feed your family and stay to a budget. So I'm going to put this in the pan. And since I got the olive oil out, I'm just going to put a smidge. Not too much, just a little bit, because chicken is a very lean meat. It may not have the fat that ground beef has to brown it in. So just a smidge of olive oil to cook the meat in. And I'm just going to plop that in there. And when you plop your meat into the pan, make sure no excess packaging gets in there.
Oh, yeah.
Like the little moisture pad in there. That absorbs all the liquids in the package. Alright. So this is going to be a budget-friendly taco dinner. We found some ground meat for less than $2. Chicken is very lean, so that's very healthy. So we're going to let that go ahead and cook a little bit. And we're going to dice the tomatoes. We already saw dicing tomatoes, but just the way I dice, I'm just going to cut it in half, then in half again, and then I'm going to cut it like that, so like that. And then each half I'm going to do into 4, so it's a smaller dice than what we put in our chili in our other video.
Oh, it almost got away.
Yeah, it doesn't want to get eaten, so try to make a break for it. Alright.
And you were saying about your knife. You want to keep your knife really sharp?
Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and run this through the sharpener real quick, because a super sharp knife is great when you try to cut tomatoes. That's pretty much the test of a sharp knife.
Because I remember you telling me that if it doesn't cut, doesn't easily cut through the tomato, it's not sharp enough.
Right. So we're going to put this in the bowl. this up. And I'm getting a nice fine dice on these. And I'm doing 4 layers horizontally and then 4 layers across, and then just very gentle cut. So you're coming up with about 1/2 inch pieces. So I'm going to scoop them up, put them in the bowl. And I need tomatoes for something else I'm working with, so I decided to double up. And that's another way you can increase your kitchen economy, is if you have recipes that have common ingredients while you're prepping one, prep for the other also. So now that the meat's pretty much cooked, I'm going to add in the seasoning packet. And let's look at the directions. It's always handy to read the directions on the package. So cook the meat over medium-high heat 6 to 7 minutes. And then you're stirring in water. So it needs 2/3 cup water and the seasoning packet. So get some water. So 2/3 cup. Close enough. I put the water in the pan. And there's not much grease with this meat because it's pretty lean because it's chicken. Put in the seasoning packet. And I'm kind of short on spoons at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the heat back up so it can come to a little bit of a boil. And then we're going to mix all the meat together. So while you're enjoying this, make sure you like and subscribe and share to your friends and give us your feedback. And you know, if you have ideas for what recipes you'd like me to try or what techniques in the kitchen you'd like to learn, let me know. I've got a lot of experience that I've been keeping house for over half my life. I've learned a few things here and there. Alright, so we're going to let the meat simmer, and when the tacos are closer to being ready, we'll bring you back. Alright, and now we're going to warm the tortillas, the taco shells in the oven.
Well, they're kind of like tortillas.
Yeah.
And you do this why?
To make them crispy and warm.
Okay.
Right now they're just cold and hard from the box.
Uh-huh.
So, while the meat finishes cooking, I'm going to get the lettuce out and get that chopped up. So just give me just a minute while I get it out. It's kind of buried in the fridge. Because you know, one benefit to doing all the cooking on a weekend is that we can eat it during the week.
That's true. I'm still recording.
You're still recording?
Yep.
Alright, and we have a head of romaine.
Yay!
I safely delivered it out of the produce bin. Alright, I'm going to get out a couple things for our dinner. And oh, the onion is buried. Oh, here's this onion.
Yep.
Good enough. I don't know if I should chop it more. Alright, so we got sour cream and cheese.
Cream and cheese.
Yep. And I'm going to cut up the romaine. Let me find my pink knife here.
Your pink knife? Oh, your pink knife.
Yeah, it keeps the romaine from browning. It's good for cutting up lettuce.
What's that made out of?
Plastic.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to put the meat on to simmer. And get out the lettuce. Yeah, salad spinner. Alright. Give the messy sink. We've been prepping food all day. So I'm going to chop up the lettuce and dump it into the salad spinner to clean it. So I'm going to cut off the stump. And sometimes you just want to make sure you pull that out later. So I'm just going to cut it into thin ribbons to go on the tacos. I'm going to pull out the core.
And I noticed you rotated it if you cut it a little bit.
Yeah, because the leaves kind of unfurl. I'm going to save that last bit for sandwiches. Alright. Turn it and chop it up a little more fine. And this knife helps prevent like the rusty spots on lettuce when it's sat for a couple days in the fridge.
Huh.
Yeah. So I'm going to dump this in the salad
Did
spinner.
not know that.
Yeah. Alright. Rinse this off. The water is running really hot. I usually just loosen up the lettuce leaves, make sure there's no bugs and dirt on them. Because food that comes from nature is going to have debris in it. We won't talk about manufactured foods and what's allowed in those foods.
Thank you.
Alright. So, this is the salad spinner. What I normally do is I'll lift it up, dump out the water, and then I'll rinse it again. Just want to make sure there's no silt or bugs in the lettuce. Because again, it comes from, it's grown on the ground, so it possibly will have dirt and insects in it. Because bugs live outside, and that's where lettuce is grown. Now I'm going to spin it out. Oh yeah, gotta get it. I've had this thing for so long. Part of it's, the mechanism that runs the handle is broken. So I gotta unlatch it manually. And then this little thing here is the brake. I've had this from Pampered Chef for, gosh, about 16 years.
Now, what is a salad spinner for?
It creates a centrifuge, which is a spinning effect that draws the water off the lettuce.
Okay.
Which basically dries out the lettuce so you don't have soggy wet lettuce for your meals.
And how much are one of those?
They range from, usually the low end ones are 20 to 30, but they can sometimes be a little bit more. And then put the brake on, there we go.
I didn't even know I had a brake.
Yeah. So, that's that.
Ooh.
And I will fix these up later for sandwiches. So now we've got our lettuce. I'm going to put the cutting board in the sink. And then it looks like that's ready. So we're going to open up the cheese. Alright.
And you got the packaged cheese this time.
Yes, I took a shortcut.
Ah.
Alright, so now our taco dinner is about done. I think the lettuce is done.
The lettuce? And the
The
rice.
Yes, the rice is switched to warm. And before we dish up the tacos, I'm going to show you a really cool trick on watermelon. So we're going to put that on a separate video so you can refer back to it, and we will link it with this video. So for each person, I'm going to take 2 taco shells, and unfortunately I don't have a taco holder anymore. I used to. Alright, so that's not that hot. Okay, now we have our taco meat. I'm going to stir that up to loosen it up. I'm just going to put a smidge. Oh, yeah, that's not working. Too small of a spot and too big of a spoon. All right. Itty bitty spoon. All right, so I'm gonna put the meat in there.
So you need the right size spoon.
Yes. All right. There'll be a little extra meat on the plate. No worries about that. All right. Then we're gonna do some lettuce.
Pinch of lettuce.
Yep, these taco shells are kind of clenched here. It's like a person gritting their teeth for a scary roller coaster ride. And some tomatoes for a classic taco. All right, and then do the cheese here. All right, so sprinkle of cheese. All right, so Tyler, you can try the tacos.
Hey, Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
He's the inventor of the 3-bite taco. Takes just after his dad.
I'm
He can do it in 2
hungry.
bites.
Hungry. How is it?
It tastes like a taco.
Taco. It tastes like a taco.
I almost forgot the sauce.
You did almost forget the sauce.
Got taco sauce here. Ugh, I gotta find the scissors. I think they're on the other counter.
All right.
I know it's exciting. You can watch me cut a package. Oh well, I'll just do this.
Tell everybody about the exciting concert you saw last night.
It was sick.
Who did we watch?
Blue Oyster Cult.
Wow.
I already finished my taco. I'm really hungry.
You know you have rice and watermelon to go with that, right? And here comes your sauce.
Here, hold up your taco. Oh, here, I'll hold up your taco. There, now you can try it with sauce.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, dog.
A taco, but spicier.
Uh-huh, okay.
All right. So that is our bargain tacos from a grocery outlet trip. So
How much did it cost for the whole thing?
the it was probably less than $10 if you factor in the watermelon and all the toppings. So anyway, well, thank you for joining us, and make sure you like and subscribe and share to your friends, and come back again soon.
Thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen. To get more recipes like this one, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Share it out to your friends, family, and neighbors, and leave us a comment to let us know how this recipe worked for you. And don't forget to hit that like button. Again, thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen.